1,850 odd cycles we began our journey. "106 episodes. We had to restart a couple of times. Redo a few things went wrong. What I've done this time, gone back 10 cycles and replayed up to the same point we were at without it crashing. We shall resume at this point. See what we can achieve. Here we are. I hope you are well wherever you are in the world. Hope great day for you. I had to go back a couple of cycles. Well, a couple of saves, really. And it was saving every 5 cycles. 10 cycles back. And I've played on up until this point. What I've done... I'll take you through it all. There we go. Let everything pop back to normal. Check on here. Oh yeah, she's not wearing any. Oops. I forgot to put that plastic tile back there. What we've done is, if I go to the star map, I will show you. Oh, this one's being a few asteroids. Yeah. We go to Posty. We've placed a mini pod and activated it. Go to Fragility. No, H. We've placed a mini pod here and activated it. I was going to do some exploration, but I'd rather do that while we're recording, while we're live. And Avini, we've literally just mopped up all the water that was floating on here and replaced. And we're digging up the mesh tiles at this point. Over here, we are getting something entombed. What's getting entombed? Ah, there we go. We just had one or two. Pick that up, please. We just had one or two problems which we've had to deal with, which has now been sorted by the look of things. Yep, I should say so. They're going to run across and sort that out. In here, I've done a little bit of rejiggery pokery. I've extended this this petroleum loop around here so that some of the heat is being dumped off over this side instead of over here. But to be fair, it's not really going to do a lot now because the mine, the liquid sulfur geyser is actually dormant for another 13 cycles. It's not really going to do much. So what we've done is we've set this up here. We have a thermo sensor which I moved from here to over here. That is set to above 27 degrees. If it's hotter than 27 degrees, it will just drip. And it will drip polluted water from in here, which is actually clean, into that tank. But I don't mind using some of it for that. It's fine. And because it's coming through in 1K packets, it shouldn't burst in the pipes. We say shouldn't? Stranger things have happened. So that should help just to chill this area down, because what's happening is these guys are overheating. 30.1, as that temperature drops, it should get a bit better. In fact, I actually put in a iron radiant pipe. No, not that. Come on, let me click. Where radiant liquid pipe. Have another one, say. See if that works. I don't bleeding know. It seems to have done something here because I think that was. These were all out of. They're all too hot, let's say. Yeah, it's definitely gone down a bit. Not much, but a bit. So we want to get that growing again. what I did was I forced this to run. I upped the low threshold to 35, forced it to run some water out. All the water in here now should be a relatively nice temperature, but yeah, we'll see. Keep that out, please, as they build these radiant pipes. We might as well use the water that we're feeding them as the radiant pipe to cool them as well, because it's now going to be, you know, a lot cooler than it was. So we pull this igneous out of the way. I know I could make the sweeper system sweep it out of the way, but there's no rush just yet. So yeah, I want to bust through there, bring this ladder down here next to this lab desk, and I want to move this bedroom over to here. Or alternatively, actually get rid of this. Yeah, that would be a good... We could move that. This could all be bedrooms along here. And this will be the new dining area. Yeah, that makes sense. We'll deconstruct that section now. They can all move up to using that one. We'll also sweep all this crap out of here. So the plan is we're going to continue sending... we couldn't actually... we go to... Not there. Frigilia. This is the one with the temporal tear opener. We couldn't actually activate it until I had 5 of these mini pods. And I was wondering why it wasn't counting, because I had at least 4. But it's because I never activated it. I didn't realise that until after I'd left. And I was like, okay. So I'd already sent a trip out to there and to Toasty. I basically redid what we did before, but what I did here was we landed, destroyed that platform and just placed it here. That meant we didn't have to do any digging or anything, trying to dig this lower while you're waiting with no air. You've already got the air in your suit. Yeah, eventually that'll probably melt through here and pour all this magma inside here, but never mind, we don't really care too much. It's fine. So let's go back to here. This situation, we've now set this pump going round here through into 3 plants that will be growing here. We're a bit hot. All I've done is extended this loop round. Cancel any overwrites. We will pop that one there. Come down to there. And that can carry on flowing. Now our coolant. Good. Let's feed that into there, please. Yep. So our coolant should now flow through here. And cool down these plants. 37.6, 37.5, right before our eyes. 37.4, it's dropping in temperature. Excellent. We just need it below 37 because that's the 22 to 37. Is the growth range for the thimble reed, and we need lots of thimble reed if we're going to make insulation with all our materials that we get. Great insulation, but it costs iso-resin abyssalite and 5 units of reed fibre make 100k of insulation. So it's 400k of insulation to make an insulated pipe made of insulation, which sounds like a mouthful, but it's how it works. It's correct. Just double check our star map situation. Yeah, are you in flight? Oh. don't think that's actually there. That's not supposed to be there. I've reset the save game to every single cycle while I was trying to get back to the point we were at, as far as I could remember what I'd done in the last episode. And in order to do that, it was easier just to have it set to save on every cycle, so that when it crashed, I didn't have to go all the way back to part 1. That's got to be now set to grounded, please. Ellie, you can not be through anymore. You can leave. What are you doing? Not your bed. Please go. Right. Ew. Oh, God's sakes, Ellie. Go away. What are you hanging around in here for? Okay. Ellie's got a bit confused, I think. I go, how can we do this? Force her out. And find Ellie. Ellie. Come down here, please, Ellie. No. Crew up. Change crew. Boom. You're not crew anymore. Come out now. Gonna come out now, Ellie? Yeah, I've literally had to tell her that she's not even crew anymore to get her to leave. Crikey. Okay. That was quite difficult. But yes, managed to persuade her to stay. That should have refueled then. Yeah, it looks like it's all refueled and everything. That's good. That's the one that I sent out to Fiery Planet, Tostilios. That's this one. That was Ellie's landing module. We didn't even bother destroying it. I wanted to do as little as possible off cam, you know, so I literally did the barest minimum so that we could send someone over to, which will be probably, who's that? Oh, that's Catalina. Okay, you can do it. I also placed in the oxygen again. Had to go redo that because I'd already done that before. So that's just our overflow oxygen, which now feeds into the rocket so that I can mess around with this sort of idea of having a atmosuit checkpoint and an atmosuit dock. Problem is the atmosuit dock costs power to run. You have to have 120 watts for it. And in order to have the power while the rocket is landed, the only way to apply power to the rocket is to place a battery on board. And with the battery on board, I first of all connected it with a heavy wire straight from the stem. And inside the rocket, everything started popping and exploding because it was running way too much power off of this. It's sort of 3,200 or no, 32,000, I think it was, watts going through that wire. I was like, whoa, no, okay. Everything started popping and fizzing inside the rocket and breaking. So I decided to just bust a wire off of the doors up here and bust a normal wire down and then make this little part of it out of tungsten so it can get nice and hot and it won't melt. And that's done the trick. It just charges up that battery when the rocket docks automatically. Charges that battery, which keeps that going. And also, if I can make this system work, well, let's go inside the rocket first. And then go to that mark. Look, see what I did was I put this pipe, that's the input from the outside of the rocket. And it goes all the way around to the top first. Bit confusing. Then it zigzags all the way across until it gets to the dock. It gets to the atmosuit dock. Now, What I made it do is go through the mini gas pump. The mini gas pump is just sat there in this room. We've got 164.1 kilos of oxygen per tile. So when it's not docked, that little pump can just top up that no, not wrong, not that, but this gas pipe, it can just top that up. Yeah, that water should have reloaded, shouldn't it? Rocket docked. And the system should have kicked in by itself. That water. Ah, yeah, look at that. Doesn't go through this one, does it? That's what that weird little was that I removed last time. Yeah, so it just flowed straight past and didn't refuel it. Okay, that's fair enough. That makes sense now why that was there. I think I just straightened it off because I thought it was a mistake. We'll just do that. I don't think we're desperate for that bit of water. I did try modifying this rocket, but I've ended up putting it back again. I've put a large cargo bay back on it because I just needed rockets that had Trailblazer module. Now I think what we'll do, we'll change crew. And we'll load, we'll load Ellie because she's got the skills that we need. Screw her up. Also, for some reason, it was messing around with saying she didn't have access to food when there's a refrigerator full of, what's it called? Berry sludge. I know she's allowed to eat berry sludge, but it just was not having any of it. It wasn't letting me do it. I did not figure out why it was crashing, but I have just kind of set it to day by day. And I've pretty much gone through and tried to do what I did before at the end of last episode. I think we're roughly at the same place. And the extra little bit that I've done is going to Tostilios and to H2L in the two. I'm just putting these mini pods down so that we can actually get on with what we wanted to do at Frigilia, which is messing around with this temporal tear opener. Actually, there's a bit of work we should be doing before we go and do this. Let's change back to all. Because what we need in here are a few materials to bring with us that we're going to probably need. I'm going to stick a storage bin now. What I've realised is with this little setup, with this 4-room setup, that if you go to the rooms overlay, this room is just a miscellaneous room. You can put your scanners in and things like that. It doesn't really matter. The bedroom, you're allowed to have the rocket control station in, and it still stays as a barracks. It's not a bedroom, but it's a barracks. The bathroom has to be this size, otherwise it doesn't class as a washroom. It's only 3 tiles tall, so that's fine. That class as a washroom. In this room, you can put your mess table in the corner, and it can, and these can be in it, and it doesn't matter, and it still gets you your little bit of bonus for morale for +3. So that's quite nice. We're going to make use of that. We're going to put a bin in here, and we're going to stock it up. I think we need some steel. We've got lots of steel, so we might as well load it up and take some with us. Now, one of the new features in the game, which is rather nice, is that you can now click on a stack. You can say, move this stack. So I can click on this 2000 steel here. I can just click that and go move to. And then make them move it to, I don't know, where would be convenient? Probably just. And now you've got a little target here. And that will become a job. You don't have to put things in containers or anything. You can just move it there. But I don't think it works with moving something into the rocket. Let's see. If I click that and I click move to, there's no way I can now get into the rocket. I don't know, actually. Maybe we can. No, it's not letting me click, see? What are you doing in here, you numpty breath? Well, you better finish your food. Where's your damn... Bubbles? You're a pain in the arse. Grounded. Please ground this rocket. Why does it not say... Oh, Bubbles. Bubbles is still in space, that's probably why. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So what we've got to do is prepare this rocket to take off and go to Regilia and set something up with this thing. What I was thinking of doing is making these two tiles here, maybe putting a backing on them, a drywall, putting one of those shipping thing, no, the radiation things here, shooting it through the wall directly into the temporal tear opener. It needs 1,000 red bolts to charge up. And obviously, if we do it by solar panel, we're going to have the same problem we had before, where the thing runs out of power overnight, and then the thing will decharge. By the time morning comes back, I'll have 0 red bolts again. I'll never save up any red bolts. We need to think of a way to power it while it's decharging, while it's off at night. There are some simple ways and some very complicated ways. One of the ways that I haven't tried before that I would think would be interesting would be to try it off of rocket, because the rocket solar panels seem to get power even at night. Not a lot, but some. That would mean probably putting a lot of solar panels on one rocket and then just landing it here and having a bunch of solar panels on it. That's probably not very useful. It looks like little arms, those plug things. So that's our plan, is we're going to maybe view interior here. Oh no, I hope you feel better soon. I really do. It's not good when you don't feel. You can lurk. Lurk all you like. I don't mind a good lurk. I do it myself quite frequently. Just lurk and listen. I can put on my hypnotic voice. You are feeling sleepy. Relax. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. And sleep. Right, the storage bin would be set to manufactured. I want steel. Let's get a bunch of steel in there. Yeah, I know you're going to take my steel that's already in here. But that still means we'll get a crap ton more. And that will give us a lot of material to work with. Lisbeth, get the heck out of here, would you? Thanks. Someone else can bring us some steel. We go out to Lavini now. There should be steel just dumped right here now where we moved it. So that shouldn't be too far for them to go backwards and forwards and grab some steel. Although we are putting 20,000. Yeah, let's close planetoids for a minute. Close diagnostics so we can see. Yeah, we've got 47 tons. So I'm sure we can afford 20 tons to take with us. What else are we going to want? We're going to want probably some plastic, because we're going to want to make... yeah, we'll want another one. Another storage bin there. And I'm probably going to put another one there. Now, we could just, fill that, delete it, drop all the materials on the floor, and then reset it to something else. This might be a little bit faster, who knows. Get them to build those things. And then we'll go back to Lavini, and actually I would like to pop over to here and see what's going on. Yes. Oh yeah, they've destroyed that now. This is now their dining hall. But they do need a missing decor item. What can we put in as a decor item? Or can we send someone over to do a bit of decor? Or can we promote someone to artist and then just kind of shove them in a skill scrubber once they've finished? Let's take all this crap out of here. Cancel that. I can't even click on it. The egg. The egg of doom. Right, so Abyssalite should get swept away. Okay, if there's anywhere to put it. It says white, so there should be somewhere to put it. All I did offline, by the way, was put an extra power transformer here and run the power up to this setup so I could, separate the power supply for both of them. Because these liquid tepidizers are very expensive. They're at 960 watts, so I couldn't have them both on the same wire at the same time. If I was trying that technique of like having one active and the other one deactivated, then yeah, maybe. That water stop flowing now. Uh-oh, somebody's getting burned. Bubbles, what you do? Oh, Bubbles has landed. Screw up, Bubbles. Get back in. Get back in. Where's your suit? That's why I was trying that system with these Atmosuit docks by the door and stuff, but we'll see. There you go. You're not a crew member anymore. Seems to mess them up, though, if you put the dock there. The only way I could think of doing it would literally be having the gantry not extend, or even disabling the gantry altogether, destroying it. So the rocket pilot can't leave their rocket, ever. But then how do you get food and stuff into them, You've got to be able to have access to the thing. There would possibly be a way of doing it, I guess, if you could use, say, doors that they couldn't leave. So your rocket pilot can't get out. You've got precious little space in here without doing that, as it is. So, yeah, you could basically have a pneumatic door, and the troops from the outside can come to it and put food into the fridge. Well, that is nice. That's all filling up automatically. The water's flowing. That's filling up the toilets. Yep, this pipe you can see is fully loaded now. Oh, I forgot to plastic tile back, so we'll do that now while I remember. Let's get back in here and view interior. What are you doing in here, Ashcan? You know what? Someone's took your suit away, haven't they? Well, you can't get out. This is a problem. See, this system just... We've done something to it, and it's not working right. Disable that building. Go on, Ashcan. You can disable that building. Then you should be able to leave. So somebody took the this suit. So why would they have taken the suit? And where would they have taken the suit? If it was damaged, worn, then maybe, yes. That's the only problem. Someone could have come in here to load something or fill one of these containers. Ashcan. Can we send Ashcan home? Oh dear, you can't stay out here with no oxygen, you muppet. Go back there. Be like me, float around in a tube of oxygen. Now, how's this going? Right, not right. I've changed it to 500 units, and it's not keeping up with all the critters. So we need to set it to go off more frequently. 500 units per cycle isn't enough. So We could have multiple ones of these cycle sensors like we've done on Grosselin, where we've got one triggering at one point of the day and then another and then another, working its way throughout the day. There's one little trigger pulsing. Ooh, it's got some food. This is definitely filling back up, isn't it? Hurry up and run. This is already down to 25 degrees. We've cooled all this area down to 25. I don't want to go too much lower. But it only gets hot enough to turn the resin to isoresin when that is actually running. We could have dripped it on this door in here. Look, these hydrogen vents get nice and hot. Could have used that to convert the isoresin as well. Or we could make something to do with this magma. Convert the isoresin. But I wanted to try using the vent, so using the tungsten volcano. So that's what we're doing. We could do a similar idea to that. We could just put another one there and an extra bit of wire. Come on, double tick. Thank you very much. And we can just run that into the other one. So then whichever one is active, it will just tick. And that would leave us with 1,000 kilos a day instead of 500, which is the maximum. There, sorry. Yeah, 500 units is the maximum it can put through. So, does it say anywhere how much these guys eat? The calories. Change per cycle, 700 kcal per cycle, 700 kcal. What does that convert to in actual mass of material? I don't bleeding know, because it's sedimentary rock. Not exactly calorific food, is it? Yeah, so, oh crikey, look how many's in here now. Bundles of sweetle larvas. Sweetles grow really fast. They're probably better to run than the hatches. So easy to do. Okay, so this all seems to be running out. There's a water leak somewhere. Let's get our mop on. Mop up some of this water. Must have had a slight technical titch. What leaked? Something leaked. Maybe this got too cold. Incoming water. Maybe it got too cold and leaked. Who knows? I didn't catch it. Oh, it would have had to come from up here, probably. Oh, we'll give them a delicious mop order. I know they love doing mop jobs. I had to put it on a 9 just to get any of them to turn up. The game is saving. The screen's gone white for me, but it probably doesn't look it to you. Oh, there you go. It's back. Okay, good. Now I went back to the point where the crumbs that's caught in this door, all these stacks of igneous, were in here with the sour gas. And I don't know what caused it to glitch through that gap. There must be something to do with the random timing and position of the chunks. You want them shut inside the door. What I would do if I was going to rebuild this is I would build that either 3 long, so it comes down an extra one, and have a little room there with your sensor. The extra tile won't hurt, but it would prevent anything from accidentally coming across. Or set these doors 1 higher, so that the bottom part of this door is touching this window tile, and then have the door there, opening and closing its usual stuff, you know, on that side, just with 1 tile of glass or diamond between them. That's how I'd probably do it. Just raise this up by 1 and just have another insulated tile just here. It would still push plenty of heat through that tile, because that would be where all that material would be resting, on that spot. So it would still have plenty of heat to push through the system. And there wouldn't be any chance of the chunk getting bent diagonally across. I was going to dig through and sweep it out with a sweeper and stuff like that. And so we've retried it. Hopefully there are some things getting put in here now. Yep, they're bringing some metals in. Much better having this set to disabled when the dupes are coming in and out to fill buckets and things. So I want some plastic. How much plastic is a one solar panel? 200. Is that all? Crikey. Okay. Let's go. Not that. It's none of those. It is manufactured plastic. Let's have 3,000 plastic, please. That can do that. We'll be on a hire, and then people might actually bring this stuff. What else will we need? While I'm considering what else I need, I will leave you watching this, and I'll be right back in one moment. I am back. Thank you for your patience. Right. Let's get back up to our rocket. New interiors. Oh yes, putting it on a 9. They've definitely got a bit more work going on. Awesome sauce. Excellent. Plastic is full. What else could we need? Let's go over to Frigilia. Actually, let's go to Lavini so I can have a look at things need to be made out of. So we'll want some obsidian probably. We could make... We'll want a red bolt generator, at least one. And then we'll want some red bolt joint plates. They're made of plastic. Oh. Red bolt reflector is made of... Okay. We'll have... Okay. So... We go to... We say, can you please send over... Beep only, allow manual use. Can you send over some... Nope. Raw. No, raw metal ore. There we go. Send over some uranium ore in there. Right, we'll buzz back over to here. No, actually, that's not right. I don't want to send it that way because then it will go to the other planet. We'll have to go there to get it. I don't want to do. So, we'll put it in one of these. Yeah, maybe one of these is already set to it. I don't know. Uranium ore. There. So, oh, that has to be on an 8, otherwise it won't get swept across. No, that's good. I only want to sweep a certain amount of it across. We come into where we were digging in here. We can dig away some of this. Try not to get stuck on one of these ledges. They shouldn't be able to. But, you never know. Dupes are clever. They're very good at getting stuck on things when you don't want them to. Yes. What we'll do is place a ladder just there, just to make sure nobody gets stuck. Right, so that should give them something to do just here. Eventually we'll have this ladder probably coming right the way down, I would think. Carbon dioxide is just freezing. Look at it. It's turned into minus 50. Liquid carbon dioxide. A certain amount of sulfur too. Wait, I'm happy with that. A bit of fertilizer. Yep, you can have that here. Definitely have that here. Are these growing yet? Nearly. Down to the last 3. We have got a pipe there that's radiant, so that should help to get rid of some of the temperature out of the water. What are we on? Minus 25. Up here, I believe it's probably just picking up temperature. It's probably gaining temperature from the outside area. It is quite warm around here. So yeah, eventually it'll cool down. Probably got something to do with our oxygen coming in from the other side. Actually, that's pretty chill, isn't it? Probably make radiant pipes here and have that help to chill the area. A few radiant pipes. That in. Look at this going. It's nice. Yeah, this is generating a bit of heat, isn't it? Yeah, that doesn't help. Keeping your... Now we'll have to make it out of something else because it won't overwrite. There we go. And do the corners. Down there. Under there or something. I don't know. Might help just to back off some of that temperature. You do need it to be able to cool down because I didn't run any liquid pipes through it. The only liquid it's got is this. I wish I'd actually put some pipes through it for a cooling loop. Right, so that's good. This will re-erupt in 10 cycles, and I believe this should be around the same. 12.2, yeah. This is running, and eventually it does get hot enough. Not that one, this one. Does just about get it hot enough to send down some liquid. So if we go to the power now, you see that when it hits 130, that'll go green. It says it's on 130. It might be just fractionally be above 130, so it's got to be like 130.1 or something to actually trigger. Then it can start converting iso resin. It'll be much better once the volcano erupts. I'm not really bothered. It'd be nice to drop back here and put a few more triggers down for timers, so that it triggers a few more times a day. It's Speaking of which, that has reminded me, it's another save game. That's why I changed it to 5 cycles, because I didn't want to bore everyone with it saving for so long every single cycle. But it's going to crash. I don't want to be going back 10 cycles again, redoing everything. Go back to Lavini. That has just reminded me. And scan. This room is always absolutely chocker with critters. Let's have a little bit of a... I keep noticing these blue flashes of lights and patches on the screen, and I don't know where they're coming from. Must be something new they've added that's going a bit crazy on mine, at least. Yeah, where was it? It was up here. That's where we added the extra. So if I copy settings and I go to there and to there, they will now all be at the same time, right? So I'd like to make the second burst sort of a little bit later in the day. So that's 25, if I can get it there. Yeah, here we go. And then, so that one will trigger first. And then that one will trigger through it. We'll just put it literally directly through it, because we can't go that way because we'd be touching that. But it doesn't matter if it goes through that one. That's absolutely fine. And this one now, because it's a measurement system, it doesn't matter if we run them both at the same time. And this rail goes completely empty. That doesn't help. There's nothing on the rail anyway. So let's set that to... no, set the first one to there. And that one's the first one. That one's the second one. Yes. We'll set that one to 25 odd as well. We could put them at separate parts of the day if you wanted to. It doesn't really matter. So they don't run all at once. But because they're going through this conveyor meter, it doesn't matter. It will stop when it reaches 500 units. So even if it has to wait a bit, get the materials. And speaking of waiting a bit, where's all the food? Have we used it all up? Crikey, we had so much sedimentary rock. Where is it all? Really? Move to. I'll just move the whole stack. So there. Hey, a stomp. Well, you haven't missed much because I haven't streamed the last few days. I was catching up with... I replayed the last sort of episode's worth. See if I could stop it from crashing and figure out what maybe caused it to crash. I haven't figured out what caused it to crash, but I have set it to save every day. And I tried to recreate what we did last time, plus also setting up the... not there. Setting up these things because we needed 5 of them ready. And we could go to Frigilla, and set something up here. Our current plan of action is to try to get a rocket going so that we can send one up there and get someone doing some work. Namely, that someone will be Ellie. It's always Ellie. It has to be Ellie. Ellie does it all. It sounds like a TV show. Ellie does it all. Okay, right. Let's see if we made... Did we make some extra suits? It was reed fibre, but did we make extra suits in the end? I think... I can't remember if it was before I redid it. So we better make some suits now. Okay. So... what I'm thinking of is, we need to get the food flowing to these guys. I definitely need to find out where all this sedimentary rock is. Got to keep doing it one bit at a time, haven't I, to move it up here, which is annoying. I wonder if you can do it with a sweep command. Because I knew that it wasn't the sweep by type because I uninstalled that and it still crashed. So if I go to the... So I reinstalled it because it definitely wasn't that. Not rare resource. I want raw mineral, please. I want a sedimentary rock. Now, I'm wondering if we sweep sedimentary rock, will it... There isn't any more. Okay. Well, that was a waste of time then, wasn't it? Aha! This is where I should have been looking. So... Ah, okay, you're taking that. If I now sweep there across, and I go... Move 2. Will that just move that one stack? Will that move all of it? I don't rightly know. I guess we'll find out. It's just doing that one stack. Okay, fair enough. Where are you going to take that? Because that wasn't a bit that was set to be moved. Ah, you're taking it indoors somewhere. Where are you taking it to? But it's going to feed it, even though these are set to a 1. Yeah, he is. That is set to a 1 priority. It's still doing it by hand. There should be a mod or something, or they should make it part of the game where there's a tick box to say, do not use. You can tell them not to do it. I'm going to use this box, I think. We're going to dump the poke shell malts on the ground if there's any in here. There's nothing in here anyway. So we're just going to say to this box, fill it up with sedimentary rock, please. That'll give them something to do. I'll lower that to an 8. That way this sweeper should be able to chunk it out and feed it to these guys. And that's what I want to see. I want to see this all chocked up, chocker full. Yep, absolutely perfect. That's what I want. And we're going to have another bridge. See if we can get this to flow this time, because it wouldn't flow last time. I'm pretty sure if we set another bridge there and we snip that. I reinstalled pliers as well because it still crashed when pliers was uninstalled. Pliers is such a useful tool. One of the things I've done to one of the rockets is I redid this pipe oxygen that I was messing around with to practice to see if it would work. And I've done this terrible mess. So the oxygen comes in here, the bottom left, and it goes round, all the way round, past the pump, the gas pump, and then zigzags backwards and forwards until it gets to the oxygen, the atmosphere dock. At which point, what we can do is we can say, okay, yeah, what we'll have to do, I think, in the future is just have that the other side of a door and have their food accessible, so the dupes coming in outside can fill the food up, but they can't get into the rest of the rocket. I think that would work. So what we would do is the oxygen, when the rocket lands, the oxygen will be refilled, and it will go past the pump, blocking the pump, so the pump won't waste any of the oxygen that's in this cabin. Because in this cabin there is 164 kilos per tile of oxygen. That's a lot of atmosphere pressure. You probably would be crushed, but dupes are fine. They just get popped eardrums and they're alright. Bit of a debuff for popped eardrums, but that's fine. Yeah, sweeped by type is one of the ones you can't do without. That should be part of the base game. It really should. Crikey. So yeah, there's a couple of little things I've been working on. I think we're probably just going to send Ellie, Ninja Crew. How we got it? Ellie? Definitely Ellie. Not, nobody else is ticked out. Good. Okay, so let's go back to double check that that's been built. The cooler polluted water is still dripping in. Would have thought that that would have stopped it by now. That should. There must be something wrong with that automation then, because that should have stopped. Oh, game save again. Crikey, Governor. Now it's saving every cycle. It's going to really bug me again, but it's better than it crashing. And having to go back like 10 cycles. I feel like I play very, very slowly, but it's amazing how much you do get done in like 10 cycles. There we go. It's ready. It's ready. That should be off now. Why are you still on? Why are you still on? What have I done here? Got to be above 27 and it's below 27, so it should be red. That is gaining a signal from somewhere up here. You're only supposed to be... yeah, that should stop. That should be connected to that one. Right. This one's connected to that. Yeah, it looks like a mess, but it is actually, yeah. So basically, this one connects to this liquid valve, which is set to 1,000 grams a second. This one I want running all the time, but the pump can run all the time and just keep flowing into here. With it set to 1,000, it doesn't matter on the temperature of this because it won't burst in the pipes because it's 1,000. Anything more than 1,000 grams can explode in the pipe if it's the wrong temperature. But because it's like very cold, but it's 1,000 grams or less, it will not state change within the pipe itself. So it can be a -7, whatever this temperature of this is, and it shouldn't make any difference. And it hasn't burst yet, but yeah, you know what this game is like. Which meant I had to take the automation off of the pump, which is there, and put it onto a shutoff instead. So instead of that just connecting to the pump, it now goes round and connects to this auto shutoff. Another one, except for this shutoff is now connected as if it was the pump. So instead of turning the pump on and off, we're now turning this shutoff on and off. And at the moment, I haven't connected it to the system to send water over because I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to automate this yet. I want to automate it so that if the water gets dangerously close to these batteries, then it will use this water as priority. But if and any other time, it will use this. So, yeah. So we've always got a nice cold area for our batteries. But no danger of it overflowing and stopping the batteries from working. Certain buildings don't mind being underwater, but batteries aren't one of them. They don't like it. I did put in a row of mesh tiles here, but the water level was too much and it wouldn't let me mop it up. So let's try again. We'll just put like a few there and see if it will let us mop this time. It should do. So we should now have access to... that's ice. I don't want ice. I should have taken that and hopefully placed it within here and just sent it off. What are you? Plastic and iron. Oh yes, there goes some uranium. And that should be set to uranium as well. And it isn't, so... oh, it is. Should be sweeping that out into there. Oh, is that set to sweep? No, it's not. And it's set to 9. That needs to be set to 8. Okay. There we go. That was the other thing I was considering doing. I'm not totally convinced I want to do that yet. Is setting the... at least taking some uranium ore on this rocket. But if we do that, we're going to delay the rocket launch even longer. And I don't know if I want to delay it even longer. So we might just say, sod it, let's get cracking. Let's crew up and change our destination and get over to Regilia. Yeah. I always think, oh my god, what have I done? Everything's missing when I close those folders there. I had to rebuild this space scanner, so hopefully the wires are the same as I did it last time. I tried to remember how I put the wires in and put them in the same positions so it wasn't confusing to anybody. Which, let's get rid of that piece there now. Less likely to get damaged by anything. Food! Yeah, she doesn't like food, does she? Now, let's go. Could be, here, is that opening? The door's opening? Yeah, they are. It's automatically opening. View interior. Ellie, can you move inside the rocket? I believe you can. If I set that now to enable building, you should do such things. Then we'll move her to the rocket. Ah, that's all right. Now you can put your suit in. Come on then, get up there. Go fly your rocket. It seems, yeah, popped eardrums. I ain't bloody surprised. Look at all this oxygen flowing now into the suit. Just saw that moving. Oh, are you taking off or what's going on? Gonna launch. Clear launch path. It's nearly there. We have to destroy these 2 tiles or is it not going to count? Yep. I think the new system for this, I think it should launch through this dirt and stuff. I think they should make that a thing. But they have changed it so that the robo miners can now actually shoot through the doors. And I think it looks like they've increased their range. I think. But it is possible to put one here and that would cover both sides. Might actually place one there, but not actually build it yet. Right. Launch! Yep, yeah, it did retract this time. Last time it sort of retracted, but then they kind of... the opposite of retracted. Not extracted. Crikey, it's not a tooth. Yeah, they kind of came back out and then went back in again before the rocket took off, so it didn't damage them this time. But there's definitely some suspicious business going on. But if we place one there, in fact, actually, I'll cancel you and I would rotate it. Like that. Oh no. Rotate it like that. Can't see above. So, oh, we'd have to put it like that then. Which means it would have to have some tiles to sit on. And it would have to have some drywall behind it. And it would have to have a drop of liquid of some sort on there just to give it something to exchange temperature with. It'd have to be a liquid that the exhaust from the rockets wouldn't, wouldn't evaporate as it flies past. Yeah, not sure I like that idea. And these bunker doors are now as high as they can go. They can't go any higher than that. Right, so she is on her way. Let's check the space station now. So it should be okay while she's away, because every time she leaves the rocket, she'll have to put her suit back on. But the intention was that I have no idea. Look at this, durability of 12%. That's terrible. That's awful. We need at least... oh, crap. Yeah, that's not going to last 5 seconds. Time we get there and do some work. This is the problem in having with it. Let's go back to the star map. Before we get too far, let's change and land again. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. What I'll do, I think, is I go on to... Where is she? Space Station L. If I say... Oh, cheers, Ali. That's just what we wanted to join you for. If I say... clearance always. The vans will start running in like crazy. We get a thing, a sweep only clothing Atmo suit. We reduce that to 2 kilos. We should, in theory, if I disable that actually, undock that suit. Get oh, Nelly, go to bed, won't you? I might as well let her sleep now. I feel bad waking her up. And she went. The rocket must have landed, so she got out of her bed and then finished her sleep on the floor. Yeah. Put your suit on before you leave, please. So what we'll do is hopefully we've made a few extra suits now. We can actually make sure they're full of oxygen and send them over. All this system was to just enable us to be able to refill the suit with oxygen while we're on another planet. Unfortunately, the actual dock part of it, the checkpoint part of it, is very annoying. So, yeah, you can leave now. Right, so what we'll do is we've got a couple of spaces in that for suits. We can do is, wow, we've got a nice selection of suits here now. Definitely made a few. Deliver. We'll deliver at least 3. I don't want to put too many in because then if there's too many people out in a suit, they won't be able to get back in. I want to deliver a suit there as well, please. I think someone snatched that suit as soon as it got delivered. What I'm hoping for is we can fill up a few suits with oxygen. It seems like they're using them as soon as they appear. We can fill up a few and then ditch them onto the floor. We can then sweep them manually. Shouldn't get taken to here. Hang on, this is wrong. Yeah, don't do that. Stop doing that. You'll use up all our reed fibre, you muppet. Okay. At least we've got a lot of suits on the go. If I undock that suit, where'd it go? Oh, it's there. And then I go, there's something going on there. If I go, no. Want the suit itself. Sweep. Take that suit and sweep it away, please. Now, that's not for suits, is it? There's no suits going in here. No clothing. But I keep an eye where they're going to take it. There might be somewhere else set the clothing that I have forgotten to change. So I'll just watch who takes it, where that goes. Mima's got it. taking it to the rocket? I should think so. Yeah, she's taking it to the rocket. Good. Good job, Mima. Thank you. She understood the assignment, right? And then sweep another one. You can go. You can see the oxygen levels on these three are slightly lower, so I'm going to deliver a suit to that one as well. There we go. Pop that on there. And while that's filling up, let's go and check. So we've got 2 or 3 suits we can play around with here. Let's make that 3. Oh. I think they're just dumping them at the doorway now. That's disabled building, so that's not a problem. So there's one there. So that one can be swept. Got 75 kilos of oxygen in it, and we've got the facility to add more, which is quite nice. Okay. Hopefully someone will bring another suit. What happened to the other one? Still here? There's one here now. I think one got taken somewhere else. Beep. Take that one, please. Oh, yeah, there's one there, look. There you go. Probably got called to lunch. Right in the middle of an important job. At least this way, we can have a few Atmos suits on the rocket for our duplicate to use while they're away. Because they won't have facility. If you take off a suit and it's worn, you can't put it back on again. Well, if you're still wearing it and it's worn and you can leave them wearing it, it's quite annoying because they have to keep opening the visor to breathe every few minutes. So that should at least help. Up here, we won't be able to power it because it will overheat. But if we're only powering it when these doors are open, only activating it when these doors are open, we could link it to the automation. We could just, when these doors are open, when that's green, we can have that run. But it will overheat because there's no coolant on it, no liquid. I have to think of something we can put there that will be fine with the rocket exhaust going past. It won't evaporate. Like we found down here with the wires melting. Right, so that should be pretty much done. Let's see. Now, it's 600 because it's actually 200 kilos each. But if you want to do it by item, you can do it like 3 kilos. And it will do 3 suits like that, you know. And there we go. We are now ready to crew back up again. And change our destination. We'll head to Frigilo. There's only one landing platform there, so that's the only one you can pick. And go back to this view, and everything should have automatically been refilled. Anything we use should have automatically been replaced by now. So who's going in this one? It was Ellie, wasn't it? Ellie. Come on, Ellie. Come on, Ellie. Yeah, it's Ellie. Boom. The gantries will pull back. This should say automation control clear launch path. The doors are opening. And if this was powered, as soon as those doors open, this would be able to see through the doors now. And if this was waiting for the thing to be cleared, then this would automatically start shooting as soon as it can see the open area. Now we could make it out of thermium, so it would take a very long time for it to overheat. But you really want some kind of cooling loop set all the way up into space. Keep them cool. Well, now, if there was something here, that would now be being burned up if that was powered. Why does it do that? They keep pulling out and then pulling back again. It's very odd. Right, don't do that. Never used to do that. Something's changed with the way they do their automation. See, if we had a drop of liquid there, that would now be, you know, getting pretty warm. You know, yeah. So, not sure. That metal tile just got vaporized, didn't it? Now, that's too narrow to put a bunker door there. If we put a bunker door there, it would be in the way of one of the rockets. I wonder if you could put sideways bunker doors there. Would that work? Because they don't melt. Would it still be classed as on a solid surface? I don't think you can rotate bunker doors, actually. No, you can. Aha! We're going to try it. Why not? Let's try these things. Don't try them, you'll never know. The doors automatically close again. Bunkers, doors come out. Gantries come back out. They'll retract as soon as the way I've done the automation, they come back out while the rocket's away. You don't have to do it that way, but I thought it was just as easy. We're sending the signal up through these. We can just reverse the signal with a NOT gate and have that control the doors. That way you don't have to send a second wire from somewhere else up. Now you can just use the same wire that's operating the gantries to operate the the same wire in sense that's operating the bunker doors is also doing the gantries. And I do realise, after a while of looking, that these aren't actually symmetrical. Well, they're symmetrical in the sense of this way, but they're not right as in how high each one is. They're like set to the rocket and not set to an even distance. This one's only got 4. That one's got 5. I never noticed that. That's the sort of thing that I would normally pick up on right away and go, oh, that doesn't look right. That annoys my OCD. Or my CDO, because I've got to put it alphabetically. Yeah. I don't have OCD, I have CDO. Like, what? What are you talking about? Well, you know. I can't believe I just made infinite suits. That's nice, isn't it? Infinite suits. Go on Space Station L. And I think Ellie needs to unequip her suit. Thank you, Ellie. Sorry to wake you. Yeah, popped eardrums. Well, it is kind of 167 kilos of oxygen in here. So just have fun, won't you? Got 3k plastic, 20 tons of steel, and a partridge in a pear tree. So, when she arrives... Nails? Why don't you wake up, Nails? Once you get these sort of things installed, these wind tunnels and the other thing, that beach chair, you do find your troops will just be sleeping all over the place. Because they spend so long in these things that they don't get to bed on time every time. As long as it balances out over a period of time, I'm not too fussed. But I think it's a kind of almost like, is it worth building these nice things? Because, you know, you're causing yourself problems by building them. I know a lot of people don't even bother building like bedrooms and stuff. It's probably why they've buffed them a bit and given them a bit of... Because now you've got private bedrooms. A private bedroom gives a +3 morale, which is actually not that bad. Not too shabby. There's Ashcan just stood there enjoying his, you know, lush room. He's got a niobium masterpiece sculpture there. Let's put the tornado rock right there, please. What else have we got? Another office mug. More office mugs than we know what to do with. More office mugs than the office has. Go back to Grosselin for a little while. We can just check to see whether 9 cycles until that erupts. Okay. Yeah, we definitely could have done something in here or whatever. But Yeah, because one of these is bound to be running. You know, we could have done a little metal room or something where that would get nice and hot and we could drop the iso resin into that. Actually, if I hold off getting this plastic, we can wait until Ellie arrives at destination. Shouldn't take her too long. One cycle. He can activate that thing that I forgot to activate. Because this needed 5 activated pods in various places. So I didn't realise that this one I forgot to activate. I was wondering why it wouldn't work properly. So when Ellie arrives, she will land over here. She doesn't actually have any oxygen to breathe because it's all chlorine gas, unfortunately. And this collapsed in on the iron volcano when it was dug around here. All the poor old robot died. It looks like this thing's okay. It doesn't need that tile there, but I was going to put a tile there and there and try and make this sort of breathable area. But that's going to be more difficult than I thought. More difficult than it's worth, I think. We may have to brick up this area and make a sort of an entrance over here so that the exhaust and heat from the rocket doesn't get over this area, because it will eventually. At the beginning it shouldn't be too bad, but after a while that might be very annoying. I can't build anything yet until she gets here because we don't have anything to build with. It won't let me click. We did a lot of this very quickly. I would like to kind of smooth off some of these edges to make it a bit quicker to run across and set stuff up. But really, truly speaking, once it's all set up, you shouldn't need to come back out here ever. Should be a bit like Grosselin, all set up and, you know, just self-working. Totally self-working system. Well, this old tree is pumping out the resin. We'll have plenty of resin when this does start up in 8 cycles. Oh, what did you get on? Yeah. So, this should now be... I also added that hydro sensor 1 higher, so the water level would always cover this area. If it runs down the too low, the automation is on an AND gate. So if it runs down to there, it will always stop at that point. We were going to have a buffer doing something, but we never got round to that yet. Let's check that that got uncovered. Yeah, that's all ready to go. This thing just takes what was it, 2099. Every time I check, every time I reload, it's like very slightly different. Yeah, that middle one is the best. 1925, 2099 right there. That shoots into there, fills that up. Once that is full, we turn the power off to this. We don't want it powering it. There's a signal comes out of here and just turns a shut off to the power off. That way we don't have to store any rad bolts in expensive power situations where we don't have huge amounts of power anymore. We're down to our last little bit of power here. We're going to have to consider setting something up for power. We've only got these solar panels. And that's not going to do us for much longer. I was thinking of raising that up and putting it up here and running it along a lot further. Now they've changed the way these satellites work. We do need to kind of do something because it's not getting a full view. At least now you can see the ranges. Much nicer, much, much better. But if we could run that, say, most of the way along here and have the doors automatically close if there's an asteroid, a meteor shower, should I say, then we could have solar panels literally all the way along to here. That'd be nice. Probably won't go right to the end. I don't think we'll ever use this rocket platform again. I would get some digging done down here, but I don't really want to be micromanaging Ashcan down here while we've got a rocket going off to do some work. So I'm afraid that's going to have to stay pretty much like that for a wee while longer. We dug down and removed this whole chunk of igneous that magma had formed, but because it's now overclocked, geo-tuned to 3 geotuners, coming out very hot, 21,000 degrees. So it is sitting here quite happily, putting a lot of heat into our system now. That's pretty good. I like that. We'll have to come back and do something similar for this side, I think. This one's a bit further away, and it's yeah, by the time the magma's down here, it's cooled down a couple of 100 degrees. That's pretty nice. It's worked really well. Very pleased with that. We will have to keep our eye on this and see if that goes wrong again. All the grains out of here drop into there, then it'll probably start crashing the game again. Let's check how much is in here, if we can. It'll be difficult to see, I think. There we go, we've got... Oh. Yeah, stacks and stacks in there. Crikey. 907 degrees is the stack it's working on now. And all the others will roughly balance about 680. Yeah, I think that's why it glitched last time, because it glitched through there somehow. Ended up in our little sour gas room. We don't want that, because that's how we decide when to open this door and send more magma in. This needs to take an accurate temperature of this glass. If I was going to build it again, you could build that window tile one further down and put your sensor underneath. And that would take the temperature of the glass. Yeah, you're heating up an extra piece of glass, but in the long term it doesn't make any difference. Look how much we've used compared to that. This one's been overpressured for a long time now, so we're basically just running off one volcano anyway. I know I'm not running totally full volume. I'm only running at 9. We're running at 9, yet we've got all of these running, and it still seems to be raising to me. It doesn't seem to be going down. And we're using some for our rockets. But if you had automatic rockets going backwards and forwards doing mining and stuff with the drill cone, then yes, you would use a lot more of your petroleum up automatically. We could send this one, we could send bubbles and do something with the other one. Let's see where our, whoops, double clicked. 0.3, so she's still getting the mission control, so that's good. That's nice. That's close by home. That's algae, copper, sand and sandstone, igneous rock, carbon dioxide and aluminium ore. So you could ignore the carbon dioxide because you'd only send a vehicle with solid cargo. Hydrogen, natural gas, methane, liquid and methane, solid. Could send one there, I'm thinking. Don't want any of that. Salt water, brine and carbon dioxide. Salt water, brine and carbon dioxide. What's this one? Organic mass. Now, save game again. Crikey. It's saving so frequently now. But I've got to, because if it crashes, then, you know, I don't want to have to redo another 10 cycles trying to remember what it was I did as well, so I don't do things that I didn't do last time. I know I messed up a little bit. I did things that I didn't do before that I meant to do. I tried not to. I tried my best to stick to what we actually did. But at least it hasn't crashed so far. Touch wood. That's me. Patting me head. Me Ed. That sounded very, very British, didn't it? Down here, there are some little bits getting through the system. I did this one a bit better. I like how this one's done. So that one clears the top of this, which protects this one. This one clears the top of this, which protects this one. And then once they've cleared each other out, they can clear out the relative space scanner. They usually clear each other out first. Make sure they've got stuff to see. That might be an idea for doing something similar to this. Not entirely sure I can actually set that up because I would have to move that down by one. I move that down by one, it's not going to have the range, is it? How much range does it have? Actually, it has quite a lot of range. So we could move it down by one. Okay, deconstruct you. We're going to try something. I'm going to bring it down by one. I'm also going to attempt. I don't know if this is going to work. We bring it down. The only thing floor-wise that's not going to melt, because you saw the bunker tiles that I use, those these ones, they're steel and they still melted. You can't choose to make them out of anything else, even if you've got better material to make it out of. You can't. You can only make them out of steel. But these bunker doors do not melt. They do get hot, mind you, but they don't melt. So we could put them there like that and put that on top of it. Work? That even work? And we'd want a drywall behind it, I think. Bit of automation wire. Don't know. I know you can build things on these doors. I don't know if it will let me do that. Our rocket is in orbit. Let's go to where are we going? There. He's ready. Coming down for a quick landing, and this place is going to get very hot. So let's get on the rocket and make her put on her Atmos suit. Nelly, pop that on for us, would you? Now I'm going to drop this to say a 5. Drop that to a 5. Might just ditch them onto the floor. They'll be easier to do, I think. We'll leave them for now. Right, let's go back to Regilla. Watch the landing. We could cut through there and put that in here. It would help melt this biome for us. We've got like 3 iron volcanoes in there. So, land yourself. What we've got to do is go to interior, make sure this business is not happening. We want it to be, you know, if we click on the rocket console, we should be able to set it to none instead of grounded. But she's still allowed to come on, use the toilet, use the bed, use any of the facilities that she wants to. Now let's come out here, run along over here. Now, what material have we got hanging around? I'd rather make it out of something local. Don't have obsidian, that would have been better. But we've got granite. So the first thing we're going to get her to build is a rad bolt generator. We're going to flip upside down and place like that. And hopefully she'll come out and build it. Or not, depending on how she feels. It's really, really hot in here. That's bad. Okay, well, what I might do first then. Yeah, we'll let her build that. We're going to build a blockage here. I think we'll build dig out our ladder space there. We'll deconstruct that so that we can get in and out a lot easier. We'll just brick up this area first, I think. Insulated tile made out of granite. Run it down like that, please. There you go. As long as she can get round to her rocket for when she needs it for bedtime. If we can pump a vacuum in here, we could put a door in, a double door system with a vacuum in the middle. There you go. Build your brick wall. I might just stop this temperature coming over and messing things up. That is pretty hot. We had to build the rocket platform this deep, else our rocket wouldn't have fitted. I mean, we could have gone a bit higher and a bit deeper than we needed to, but it seemed level enough. Build yourself in. Now, what we're going to do over here while she's building that, let's actually make sure that is a higher priority, is I want that set to the right. That eye is pointing directly at this, where the rad bolts will need to go eventually. We'll deconstruct, say, no, we'll dig out those two there. And we'll place in a rad bolt joint plate. Go. Yeah, I think we do have to deconstruct that then. Okay, fair enough. Run it there. Let's cancel that one. I want to place the red bolt joint plate. Where does that go? Yeah, that goes like that. Okay, good. That's the actual tile part of it. It's only made of plastic. Really? Oh, crap. That might not be so good. It might get too hot and melt. Who knows? We'll find out. Right, power-wise, can we run power through it? We'll need to run power out of steel, so we'll have to run power through that. We'll run it to there and see how that works. Build any of that you like, whatever you want. Just build it all. Okay, that is now bricked off. It's only one thick, but if we can build another one here, then we should be able to make ourselves a little airlock there. We'll need a power source. And I think my best idea of a power source is we've got an iron volcano here, an iron volcano here, and an iron volcano here, even though I can't tell what it is. I know it's an iron volcano, because that's all that's on here. I go to the star map, I click on Frigilla, and it's got iron volcanoes. I haven't got anything else. So if we could somehow tap into these iron volcanoes, assuming one of them is active at any one time, we'll have power. There we go. Beautiful. Now this, we're going to have to put a liquid here, but not too much of a liquid. A bit like what we did on Grosselin up here. We layered a little bit of petroleum down. Just so that we can... Oh, yeah, that's true. I was going to do that on Frigilla. We need to activate this thing. Probably gone to bed at this point. No? You're not gone to bed? Okay. Need to work fast while you've got oxygen. And this is not the... yeah, there you go. This is not the best way of doing it. If I go actually onto the rocket now... Where is the rocket? There it is. And I actually set that as enable building. Hopefully this will work and she will have to put a suit on. I mean, it won't change the suit for one with oxygen. Yeah, she's not going to do it right now because she's going to go for lunch. I like this way of doing it. You've got a toilet, bathroom, and they always wash their hands when they've got the food, so they're always nice and clean when they eat. This room doesn't care that this stuff is in it. It still stays as a mess hall. The bedroom doesn't care that it's got the control station, so it stays as that. And you've still got a utility room you can do what you want with. So what I may try doing is putting the utility room down here, have the Atmo suit dock up here with like a fire pole or a ladder to come down after. But only allow whoever the pilot is to go through it. They can only come through this way, through the docks. Whereas the people coming in to load the materials, they can reach through. If you put the food 2 tiles away, I think they can reach that through the door. They can't reach that at the moment, but if we switch those around, I think they can. I think they can reach 2 tiles through a pneumatic door and refill the food. And they wouldn't have to worry about going through docks, Atmo suit docks. And I looked in one of the rockets once, and there was like 7 people stranded in the rocket. Here we go, it's saving the game again. I do apologise for such frequent saving, but I don't want to be redoing a bunch of cycles all over again if it crashes. So far, so good. I don't know what caused the crash. But I know it wasn't certain mods that I... just quality of life mods that I use. Hey! You were supposed to turn that on. Oh, it's on automatic, always permitted anyway. Ah. Let's go back to... How much oxygen have you got in your suit? If we see her gasping every 2 minutes... Oh, she's running out of oxygen. We'll get some basic tidying up done in here. Put our floor in and stuff like that. Once things are done. I don't know if this thing will be complaining. It's underwater. We can choose that plastic now. We'll have that here. Right. I would like a door here. That doesn't look right, does it? I'm just going to suppress that so I can see what's going on. We'll need a bottle emptier. Right there. Made of granite will be perfect. Thank you. And I don't know if this needs a floor. Could get rid of some of this stuff because that's made of lead. That would be useful for running wires and making them all out of steel. Where has she gone now? What are you doing? Probably gone to get some steel and stuff. Where are you going? Granite. Yep, fair enough. Do that. Now, the next plan will probably be to put some solar panels in. We'll need some power after all. We've got quite a lot of material to build solar panels with. So if we do a little bit of... Just trim that edge there. Trim this stuff. Make it a bit easier to walk around. Trim all of that there. We'll need to go like that. Otherwise, we might get stranded, and I don't want her stranded on a meteor or planetoid miles away from home. Nobody to rescue you. In space, nobody can hear you crying for help because you dug yourself into an area that you can't get out of. And things like this, you can't get rid of that unless I give her the skill to get rid of that. It's annoying, it's just going to stay in the way forever. Never mind. We'll be tidied up soon. I do want some polluted water. Is probably going to be the best to drip out here. The only thing we really have that we could use. Which means I want the ability to mop some of that up. The bit there we could mop. Rather use polluted than normal water. Some bits say not on floor. Yeah, if we could lower, say, this down a bit, we might be able to mop that up. Once she's done a bit of this. And we do have a battery module on this rocket, but if I move, when we go back, that battery module will be in the wrong place and then the rocket won't get automatically refueled. So if I'm going to mess around with that battery module, I kind of need to leave it where it is. Just bring this ladder up and then run the wire wherever we want it to go. Might as well have the rocket powered by the solar panels as well whenever it lands. That'll be useful. Doing her work pretty well. I like it. She's coming in to do some mopping. We'll go liquid there. We'll go... Where is it? Polluted water. There you go. That should be polluted. I thought it was carbon dioxide then for a minute. Right. Okay. Let's place a tile. Just to start tidying things up a little bit. Place a tile there. Now I think we might run our solar panels here. Power. Solar panel. Requires glass. Ah, well, we didn't bring glass. We've got a bit of diamond here. I don't think there's any glass. We could fire some across, but that's a pain in the arse to do. We've got steel. Got plastic. We just rummage through that thing. And we'll need another one of those. We either need another one of those there, or we just destroy that block. I think we'll just destroy that block and place a block of lead right there. That way, if it misses, when that's full, it will just hit this tile and won't go off and cause any damage anywhere. It shouldn't hit any duplicant because there won't be anyone here. So that just left a little teeny tiny blob. We definitely need a decent amount more liquid than that. That's not good at all. Let's do up to there. Cancel that. Dig this out, please. I think this will stop being active when it's lost its floor. Yeah, it will. Ugh. Pain in the butt, isn't it? Yeah, and you can't move these, I don't think, unless they've brought in a new way of doing it. No, you can't. You have to kind of melt it if you want to get rid of it. So I think we'll just give it a floor and be done with it. And we'll have to get rid of that tile there. I might give her the ability to remove these light fixtures and this vending machine and stuff. I know it will affect her morale a bit. But I think that's worth it. That actually clicked. No, it didn't. Right, awesome sauce. We could send over. If I go to that, yeah, to this one. I come down here. I thought it was a creature walking along. It's a little bit of bog jelly. 18,000 rations. Yeah, things are starting to build back up then. That must be all running now. Yeah, that's better. I worked out it's just under 20,000 calories a day it makes. Usually, most days. If we click on this thing, the conveyor loader, we can set it to sweep only and allow manual use. We can go down to... Where the heck would glass be? Glass is there. Do we have any glass? We've got a bit of glass. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, we can definitely... yeah, there's glass. Instead of sweeping the glass, I think I'll just... no, I will sweep the glass, because otherwise they'll pick up other things I don't want them to do. Oh, there's a bit. Sweep that. And... sweep you. And if you just keep clicking on it, it will take you to all the different... You can just choose what you want. Now, hopefully, I don't think there's any storage or glass anywhere else, but I'll just double check on here that this isn't set to glass. I believe it's not because it's under manufactured and there's nothing ticked. We should be good. We must have sent them some glass over to repair these at some point when they kept getting damaged all the time. And we had a bit left over, so we can fire that across. What we're going to do, that's set to steel and thermium. We're going to turn that off for now. We're going to turn the diamond off. And we're going to turn the food off for a bit. Now, we'll leave that set to food, but we'll... no, we'll turn it off, actually, because I'll forget. I'll forget and I'll start sending bog jelly to the other planetoid. Now, what we'll do, that's now not got anything designated. We'll change this destination. And we'll send it to Regilla. We'll bump it up to 200 kilos. Not 2,000, 200. Oh, we got a save game going on, so it's not doing anything. Ah, another save game. Many, many save games later. Once we've all fallen asleep. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Yeah, we're just borrowing this system for a little while. We'll set it back to sending bog jellies over. They'll be fine sat in the deep freeze room. So it won't matter. We'll set that not to 2,000. 200, please. 200 kilos. And it's set to the right place. And hopefully we can do it before we run out of power. I would like that to be dumped into there, glass sent through, and then I want that set to glass as well. And I want this door, not activation time, activating duration, come on, be open. I want you to send all the glass you can get hold of. Right, so that will borrow that system and send glass over. Hopefully we do it before we run out of power here. We're going to run out of power very soon. So we will have to bust open, I think, this water geyser. Give us some water and maybe bust in down here and get ourselves some uranium going. Make ourselves a reactor to give ourselves permanent power. Because that's stupid. Constantly running out of power. And the only real power volcano we've got that produces anything is this thing. And that doesn't produce any power because it doesn't get hot enough to activate the turbine. So yeah, we definitely need our own little power source here. Would have been nice if we tapped into the aluminium volcano. And that would have given a little bit of power. But we just don't need it. Don't need aluminium. We've got a bit of power coming in from space, but not huge amounts. And now we should be able to go to the star map and we should see some little bits of stuff coming. Now if I go to Regilla and give her some work to do while she's waiting, we can just hope that it doesn't land somewhere very inconvenient for us. So, yep, take your granite and come round this way. I think we can probably get away with busting in here now. The exhaust has cooled down a lot. Yeah, we don't know where these things are going to land. If any land over here, we've kind of got to build a ladder to get across. We've got no way of getting to this side. But if they land anywhere here, we should be good. Collect them. You used to be able to right-click directly on the little delivery thing, and it's a bit confused now. Shouldn't have done that, because when you're on another island, if you get your head stuck on another asteroid, you are screwed. Should have dug the floor first. That would have been much better. Much more intelligent thing to do. So I want to mop now that bit there. Can't reach it at the moment, but we'll put some ladders in so she can get to it. I'm not sure how I'm going to redesign this area, but it's basically going to be all stripped out pretty much. In the end, we'll get the basics, what we need, done first. More important. And there's a bit of polluted there. We might be able to mop if we build a mesh tile there. What have we got we can build out of? We've only got steel, really. When she starts gasping for breath, we'll send her in the rocket to switch suits out for one of the others that we brought with us. There you go. It's a quick way in. Quick way in. Anything going to arrive yet? Oh, they're coming. They're coming for us. There goes another one. That should be 2, 4, 600. That's at least. We should be able to build 4 solar panels with the amount of glass we're sending over. That's all she had over there. Now let's see if this worked. It's not showing the crumbling rocks situation, which is like you've got a missing back base. So we will we'll suppress that symbol of there. Suppress that. We'll drop a little bit of power. Now, I know that's claiming it's very, very hot, very overpowered. It probably is, but it doesn't usually all fire at the same time. So we should be okay. I think she may have the point where she can't breathe now. All full of carbon dioxide, this room. It'd be nice if there was some oxygen here. I put a bit more water in there. Right, I think I might be able to place a background tile there, which will stop that from disappearing into space, won't it? As long as we've got a bit of liquid touching this thing. Should be relatively okay. We haven't got a cooling loop flowing through it, so we may have to put something in the future. But for now, we've got a nice big cold biome, so should be able to bear a bit of temperature, cooling. Must be off getting some materials or something. Ah, here we go. We can mop that. Probably got no jobs. Why? Dull at the moment. I'd like to make this a proper, walled in area and make it all nice and neat, but those things will come with time. We got stuff we got to do first. I think I will continue this ladder. Instead of making it a solid floor, I think I'll ladder across to that abyssalite there. That will do that area, that section. And I'd like to put something there to stop any oxygen getting away, but we're not really getting any oxygen yet. We might be able to use them once we start melting all this ice. We can make something here that will give us a bit of oxygen on site. We're not always in Atmo suits. Ooh, look at that. There was another one of those blue lights of doom. Oh, there we go. Now we should be able to just empty storage right there and then without needing an emptier. Just wait and see if one of them lands in the most awkward spot to get to. Can you do that first, please? That's the most convoluted route to get to it, isn't it? You just deliberately did that. Ah, nuts. Now you're going to go to... Can't decide which way to go. Yep, go to bed. Right, so if we go onto our rocket, Space Station L, we should be able to see if our system is working. The reason I gave so much pipe like this, because this thing only pumps 50 kilos at a time. It takes a long time. But if she goes to bed at night and she takes her suit off into the dock, that's already full again. 75 kilos in there. Got 200 kilos in the dock itself. That instantly puts it in the suit. So by the time she's eaten, gone to bed, the rocket's refilled itself. I might just click on this and click disable auto repair so that they don't try to repair it. We'll just give this a test run. As far as I can tell, if we go down here, they've increased that. That looks increased to me. I don't think that was that big before. That's what, 6 tiles to the left. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right. Joker's to the left of me. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 including the actual base of it. So it should definitely get all this area when these doors open. I'm wondering if it can actually delete those tiles that are above there that are out of our view that we can actually see, but we're not supposed to be able to see them. They do exist, but we can't dig them. Those little wisps that are just out of view. I'm moving the mouse, but because the game's saving, I can't see where I'm pointing. While the game is saving, I'll just grab a drink. I'll be right back. Thank you for your patience. I am back. Yeah, literally as soon as I went, it finished the save. So let's go back to our task at hand. Why is it saying food is an issue? He has got access to all this food, right? Not restricted, assigned to Ellie. There's an absolute butt ton of berry sludge which will never rot. So yeah. Okay. So that needs to be empty storage, please, Ellie. Can you do that job? 200k of glass in there and we want it. Please, Ellie? Can you do it? And that one? Instead of actually using a machine to unpack it, you can just empty it there and then. Is there another one fell down from heavens yet? Apparently not. Right, that should be good for polluted water. I don't want any more. That should be alright. Takes them a while to unpack these things though. Crikey. There's even some frog jelly. That should have been unselected. That shouldn't have been there. That's very strange. Let me go back. Oh, there must have some. There was probably some already in it. That's all it was. Okay. I think we're out of power now. Let's go liquid-wise. There's a little bit of petroleum in there, so we can add that to our system, I guess. Let's use that to go up there and power. All of this is now empty. If I was to snip here, come down here and go to there. Yeah, that's all set up and ready to rock and roll. We could definitely send some more fuel over, couldn't we? What's it set to? Did we get rid of the automation? That would have been nice to have left the automation in place. But I think now, just for speed, yeah, we'll send over some petrol. I go back to Lavini. Hopefully I didn't mess around with the system and I kept it in place. This system here, I kept it in place. I just overrode the automation. So I've put a switch on it that's always on. So it doesn't bother with the automation, it just always runs. So that needs petroleum. That's cut off. So if I do this, that should request some petroleum. If we haven't messed around with the system, that should send petrol this way now. There it goes. There's petrol coming along. And it should get taken by this, which is enabled. It's on a buffer, so the buffer should be long enough to empty that pipe, which goes all the way back here. So I've set it to 90 seconds. That's way more than needs, because we don't use the petrol over here anymore. Kind of a waste, but you know, I'll leave it sat there. It might be useful. So that should mean that we'll get petrol flowing up here and into these 3 tanks. It will fill these pipes. Actually, I need to do it differently to that. I need to connect it to the top. Or along to all 3. There you go. So that should fill all 3 tanks. That will keep us running with a bit of power from our single petroleum generator. And the polluted water it puts out just disappears into space just there. Can't really see it happening, but it keeps it cool and it puts it out into space. Now we can concentrate on this without worrying about that happening again. Although I don't know how much glass we ended up with. Let's check our resources. Fuel. I'd like to see... Teach the world to sing. Well, I can't teach them to sing. I think you need to be able to sing to do that. Glass. In a strange place, isn't it? No, I don't want liquid glass. I say, that's not the glass I want. I want this one. So we might get a bit more glass on the way. Once it's got the power to actually send it to us. That means we can actually put up 3 solar panels for now. Well, not quite 3 actually. I can't cover this because we need that open. I think we'll start from. I'll give it a bit of space. We'll go there. Aaron. Trying to see how close to put it to the rocket. Yeah, I think that's good enough. That's good enough for my liking. Ah, yeah, there you go. That's where the other one landed. I knew it. Darn it. Now we could move that up to there so that they've got something to walk along. I'd rather just do that, to be fair. If I move that up and I forget to move it down, when the rocket lands, this thing will probably fill up with petrol instead of water or something stupid from the automatic refilling system. Although that'd be quite entertaining. And it might be a good way of carrying petrol over to another planet. Instead of needing a tank, you could fill your Spacefarer module with petrol. Alright, pop that up for me. Let's see what our Lux is like over here. It's well lit. Not super bright, but yeah, well lit. I'll leave her to do some things. She's got stuff to do now. I will prioritize things as I see. Let's make this a bit higher, that a bit higher, and then when you can, I want you to empty storage that. Then I can put some other jobs in on, say, lower priorities, like to build a door or something there to stop losing stuff to space. So we deconstruct that one. I can place a door in here. We'll have a bit of power from solar panels. We'll link it into the battery as well. We'll link it to this red bulb generator. And we'll also link it to a steam turbine or 3 or 4 or 5. Might let the volcanoes just melt this entire planet. Then we won't get much power out of it for a long time. I'd rather have the power for now. See if our system is working. Yep, it's already full. That was fast. It's already full. Oh, that's working better than I thought it would, actually. It's good while they're away, but when they come home and they land, it's very annoying. So what might be a better way to do it? Yeah, would be to... If you had this system, the checkpoint pushed right back here with the docks, as far back as you can get it. Then you could put, say, the bridge over this side so the duplicates can get to it without going through the checkpoint. Then you can have only the astronaut is necessary to go in this area, in these 3 rooms. That would be an interesting way of trying to do it. It's all experiments, seeing what works, trying things out, and if you can make it happen. Like this thing here. I'm not going to bother cooling it. It won't get hot until it activates, so it's going to just sit there at 33 degrees. Even though it's powered and everything like that, it won't do anything until it's it won't heat up until it's actually running. That's the only way I could put it on something which wouldn't melt. But you could probably use mesh tiles or something. I don't know. If you use mesh tiles, you couldn't put a liquid on it. Keep the robo miner cool. There's no gas there, so there's nothing for it to keep cool on. Let's see, it'll be interesting when we've had another meteor shower and there's something in its range. And a rocket comes home or takes off. Where are we? We're going to Frigilia. Breathability. Well, I don't think there's a problem with breathability. There might be a problem with the durability of this suit. Atmo suit. Yeah, what's your durability? Does it tell me? Solar panel, no wire connected. Yeah, okay, well, we're going to get this one first. Where are you going? Lava eggs? No, I'm not interested in messing around with that at this point. So, throw in a door. Right there. Add it to the power wire. Good. Also increase that there and dig that bit out. Got another bit of glass coming through. That'd be nice. Boom. More glass. Excellent. Let's pop over to and just double check what's in this machine. How much is left? 66 kilos of glass. So if I change that to 60. I wonder if I change that and I change it back to... Will that trigger it to send? No. How about if I go to the power and I snip it? And then I reconnect it. Will that trigger it to send? Yes. Awesome sauce. That's sent off. It's only got 6 kilos of glass left now. All right, that's fair enough. We can now set this back to a window, sort of that sort of size will be okay. We can set that back to turn off the glass now. We will set it to edible. Edibles will go there, and we'll set this to change. I will set it back to porcelain. I will set it to 20 kilos will be 10. I think it was 10. There you go. And it's now got the power. This is charging up. It will send more off. So that's a good way of knowing you can trigger it into firing by turning the power off and on again. That sounds legit, doesn't it? What did you do to fix it? Oh, I turned it off and on again. Ah. I'm going to keep this a little bit of insulated, abyssalite there. Might as well. We can get to the rest of it, I think, from all different angles and things. And that will give us a way of running our power line through to inside. I'd rather not run it over the top and through, because I want to put it through a transformer, a large transformer. So I would rather run the power wire through these, down through this wall here, to a transformer that will keep in the cold. Because why not? Yes, it'll take you a while to get through there if you're going to keep going through that bloody door, isn't it? Crikey. Yeah, she's got a bit of bog jelly that was already in the launcher. There wasn't a lot I could do about that. I'd realised, I would have cut the power and redone it. But it would fire that to the tree on Grosselin instead. But never mind. It probably will rot because it's actually got a background on that tile. Unrefrigerated. It's sterile though. Base is nice and sterile. We have to place a power wire through this wall here. I was waiting until she's got a bit more done before I start doing that. There we go. We'll run there. Got to go inside to get it, so that'll take her a minute. Every time she goes in there, it tells us about the radiation levels. Oh, nice. It takes her a while because she's got to take her suit off and then put her suit back on again. She probably are going to only carry like 4 or 5, enough to do 4 or 5 pieces. It'd actually probably be more sensible to get her to bring out some steel and put it in a box. Good plan. We did construct that tile there. Place a box there. And she can bring out most of the steel, if not all of it. I'm just hoping that this little bit of liquid here will be enough to keep this cool long enough to charge this up. 1,000 red bolts. Let's put a storage bucket there, made of granite. Yep, you'll do. So the plan is somewhere in here. We'll probably have to let all this water out. Probably have to dig around here some more and let that flow down. We drop this ladder. We can let it flow down here a bit more. Dig all of this out. Take us a little while to do, but it's fine. And then, once we've cleared that out, we can probably put our transformer here. Dig this area out, then have the wire coming through to it. Power it up. Maybe, but this wire won't be enough. It'll be too little. But I'm hoping that'll do what we're going to put on it. Not sure how much power we're going to actually get. It says 380 watts. I think that's just the maximum or whatever it does. Not receiving anything yet, so it's not really doing anything. There we go. We can power along both of those. Whoa. Down like that. I want to pop back to and see if the petroleum situation is coming through. It is. It is. It's a bit random looking, but it is working. If I go automation wise and I say, hey, this one, it all goes in that one first, then it will fill that one, then it will fill this one. If I go, this one needs to be 50% full at maximum. It is quite a long pipe. And it'll last for more when it gets to a quarter full, 25%. Then we'll add a automation wire. We'll make that out of, what have we got a lot of? Lead. Yeah, we'll make it out of lead. Pop it into the floor. Run down this ladder here. Where are we going to? We've got to come... no, we're going the wrong way. Cancel that. Got to go up. Yeah, we've got to go up, and we've got to have something that can see space. Right in line with this ladder. That would do. Perfect. We could put it right here. Let's cancel that. Okay. Let's put it... We can go straight through that. That's fine. It's not going through the actual input. Come to there. Means we need to go to... Forgotten where it is. Automation broadcaster. You gotta go there, right? And no, I'll leave it. Won't matter if it's snipped or not. Once they've had a chance to build that, we'll come back and have a look. This stage of the game, that's what happens a lot. You do a little bit of everything. A little bit of this, come back. A little bit of that, come back. When you first start the game, you want to make sure things work before you leave them. Once you've kind of got a bit of used to things and you think, well, that should work, unless I've made a faux pas, major boo-boo, a complete technical miscalculation. The game is saving, as you may have guessed. I would like to just go onto the rocket here. I would like to go to diagnostic. I can turn off one of these stupid diagnostics. I'll keep that one on. I'll keep radiation even though it's... No, I'll turn radiation off. Which one was the one I was on about? I think it was the radiation one that was very annoying. Right, so if we go back out to fridge. Oh, hang on. I just want to check something. Did she do that automatically? The suit is there. That's worn. Does that mean she automatically took another suit? I think she did. Grabbed the suit out of the box automatically. The suit was worn. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know they would do that. Ah, because he's definitely in a suit. And there was 3 in that box. She's taken one out automatically. That's awesome. I'm pleased with that. Yeah. I do want some ladders down this side because I'm going to brick this lot in. Here we go. We have powers. How much powers do we have? No idea. Not sure how powerful this place is for wattage. It says it's well lit. See what that means in a minute. That'll do. That'll protect that section from the... And any rocket exhaust that's really hot has got to go quite far before it reaches that solar panel. So hopefully it will have disappeared into space. And if not, we can always increase this up to here at a later date. But for now, that will be absolutely fine. We can place a door right there. We can make that full of steel. No, manufactured. Please. And because that's powering through there, that'll power that door immediately. It'll be the only thing that is powered, because at the moment it's got this little down arrow, because there's nothing to power it. At least once we've got all the steel out of the rocket, we won't just get tiny amounts. That's nice. Now, how much glass have we got? We've got enough for one more solar panel. Be able to fit it in without it getting in the way of the tear opener. Or is it a tear opener? Opens tears. Tears of all the past Oni players have lost their colony. There you go. All that effort just to power a door. That's all we came here for. Right, let's go. We've just built the door now. That'll do. Seems like a lot of effort to go to just to power a door, doesn't it? And we'll also drop a bit more conductive wire on a 6. There. Gallons of tears. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Gallons of tears from everybody who's lost their colonies. Until I reset my computer, I still had all the save games from my first ever colonies. That was interesting to go back and see how the game had changed, and also how you changed playing it as well. See how far you've come. Interesting experience. Yeah, I would have thought that would give you its range, but it doesn't. All the other buildings do, but they didn't put that one in. I'm hoping this won't overload the wire. I don't think it's going to. Look how little power there is on these. So, but at least it'll get us started. That's the main thing. It will get us going. Now have a bit of power. Let's go back to Lavini because I want to check the petrol situation, how that's going. This thing basically never going to stop asking for petrol. So what we've got on there is I overrode it with this. So instead of doing it from that, we're doing it from the shutoff. The shutoff is controlled by the automation, which comes over here to this. And this goes, now we're going to get rid of that one, and we'll probably use the new one that we just built. Now that needs an open area of space above it. And you build a receiver and a transmitter. So if we go over to well, we've built our transmitter. That's the broadcaster. And we're going to give it a name. Petrol. Yeah, I'd say. So that will also, for some reason, get automatically now turned off. I'll enable the building. Right. Now, breathability was the one. Okay, all right. I'll go and sort that out in a bit. So that's now got a... Now, you can tell because it's green, they can see space. Straight up the ladder. Space, that's fine. Which means this, when it wants more petrol, it will send a green signal out, right? And it will broadcast that green signal saying, we want more. There's not enough petrol in here. I'm below my minimum. Which means we then go to Lavini, and this receiver will say, petrol, and we'll tick that. Now it's getting a signal saying yes. There's a green signal from petrol, which will power this. Shut off, enabling petrol. Send over. We can snip that off now. Also switch it. That is on because we need more petrol over there. Once we've stopped getting enough petrol, the reason this is going like this is because if we follow this all the way back, we've only got one pump filling everything. That's trying to create power up here, and it's trying to do all of this. I think what will be a good addition to stick another liquid pump in this petroleum, probably borrow this pipe back out. I'm probably not going to use that anymore. We can use that to send petrol up to the rockets and to next door when we want to, instead of using this, which is now trying to do the blast shot maker and fill the rockets and run all 5 of these continuously, and it's not going to be able to do it. It's not going to be able to keep up. So we will get less power as a result, and we'll get, like, some of this is going over there, and so I think an extra liquid pump plonked, say right there. Snip that off so we don't have any disasters. Power line, I saw the power was already there, so let's see. Does that connect to anything? Yes, it does. That's good. That will be powered. This pipe will go all the way up here, and we'll just change it a little here. We'll run it... how are we going to run it? That runs up that way. This one goes to the rockets. Well, I think we snip it off just here. Run this now this way. And we'll run it that way. And then we can snip that off. And that will automatically... Well, once we've sorted out up here to fill these tanks, because at the moment we're now not going to fill this will fill the tanks, which is going to fill the rockets, but I don't want to really do that anymore. If we're going to use these tanks, we need to do it from this pump instead. Yeah, I don't mind that, doing the blast shots, because we don't use that many blast shots, so that's not too bad. We just come along every now and again and make another bunch. And they last for absolute eons, so not too bothered about that. Once the save game is complete, we can see how many are there. I'm tempted to stop the save game, but I know the minute I do, it will crash, so I'm not going to. I'm going to put up with it. Yeah, there's still absolute metric butt tons of blast shots there. That will give these guys something to do, because they're absolutely crying out for something to do. So that'll be good for them. And it will be good for us, because it means we don't have to worry about power over here for a little while longer. We can fill these tanks up with petrol from the other place, which is grand. We could probably get rid of all these batteries now, actually. We've got our battery bank up here being kept cool. Build another one here too. The one here will be better in a sense, because it won't get flooded, because it will flood itself before it floods the batteries. Let's go back over to fridge. Oh, she's busy filling the storage bin. That's good. That's good. I like that. Right, so we now need to try and get this water out of here so that we can put a power thing in. I want to run the power. It would be nice if it went straight down, but I don't know if I want to do that. I want to keep some of this abyssalite in situ. I might run it from this side of the abyssalite instead, or even further across. Keep a nice big piece of abyssalite between the rocket exhaust and this area. I'm not sure how we're going to do this yet. We could just open all these up and just let them loose. But it would be nice to harvest their power. Nice to be able to use the power from them. Now if I come down one over level there, that should let some of this water at least pour out. And there are a few cavities here that we could fill with water as well. I'm not sure if there's another volcano, iron volcano in this room. It may possibly be. Let's see, I'll come down a bit further. What have we got up here? That seems a bit stupid, building it out of sedimentary if you've got granite everywhere. Some sedimentary here. I think I'll cancel that ladder. I'll make that out of granite instead. Much faster to build. I'll run it down because I'm bound to get distracted doing something else, and it's good to leave a work to do. That's perfect. Fill that up with as much steel as you can. And what we need in here is, once this water is drained out, we'll dig out, let's say, this little space here. Dig that little room out. And then we can put in our, no, wrong button, this one, large power transformer right here. Flipperoonie it like that. That'd be good. That is actually lining up perfectly with that, which is tempting me to just run that power wire directly straight down to it. Ooh, I really want to. That'd look nice and neat and straight and please my, karma. And make my karma. chameleon. Hey, come and go. All right, 60 kilos there. We'll empty that as well when we get round to it. That's all the last bit. Won't be enough. Oh, it will be enough to make one more solar panel, should we so desire. We could do a similar thing to what we did on Grosslin then. Well, we built these two to power it during the day, and then we use our own power source to power it during the night. So, yeah, we could do a similar thing to that. And, no, I'm going to all the wrong places. So we could put a solar panel here. There isn't a huge amount of rads here, but it doesn't really matter. As long as it's like got some rads, what do we care? We don't mind. It'll power it eventually. I don't know if you've got to constantly keep feeding it 1,000 red bolts. Who knows? I don't want to know. Probably. Right, so then I will want mesh tiles. Mesh tiles under here, please. Like so. Good job. Get rid of all of that as well, please. I think the priority should be that. Yeah, good. That's beautiful. Let's just pop back over to Lavini. See whether that pipe has been built. The peace pipe. Pump is in. It's coming up here. This has not been touched yet. Oh, okay. Let's bump up the responsibility here. There's a transit tube access to both areas. There's no excuse to not build that. Get cracking. Why is that on? And not get reset. Oh, that's on the green signal when the rocket is on the platform. Well, that comes down to there. No, this one from the liquid. Oh, it's from that one. Okay. Interesting. Why is Frigilia complaining about food? Oh, it's because it's on the rocket. Yeah, okay, fair enough. You can complain all you want then. No food here. We dig that bit out as well. Gonna let some of this water out of this room. Because those transformers don't like to be submerged. At least they never used to be. I don't think it will work. Oh, that water's drained out. But we do want the cooling from this area. It's nice and cold here. That's free cooling for the... I think it won't overheat. I was hoping all that polluted water would have given us oxygen to breathe, but instead it's not really worked that way. We've got carbon dioxide and now we've got lots of off-gassing materials. Never mind. We could bring some of all that oxalite out and allow that to off-gas, but I don't think there's any point. We'll have loads of water here and power eventually. So once that situation improves, we can probably use that for our oxygen. If we want oxygen here. I think there might be a slime biome down here, which might mean that there's algae we could use to pressurize a room. Thinking of doing a similar thing to what we did before. Have like, and then a second door of, say, there or whatever, one further in. And then a gas pump. One of those mini gas pumps in the middle there. Every time you go through, the gas pump pumps it all back in again. Don't lose it all. No, but I'll leave that for now, I think. Why are you going the scenic route? Can't you get into a rocket from this route? That seems a bit of the most cantankerous, annoying way to go. Or can't you get to your floor? Maybe you can't get to the door properly. There's insufficient resources now. Crap, we've used up so much of it. You know, we'll probably have to do some digging before we can build anymore. What have we got? We've got wolframite. We'll have loads of granite in here. There's a bit of granite there as well. There's not much there. Oh, that will be granite too. Yeah, good. Okay, well, we'll have granite coming out of our ears. Loads of granny. Let's just check that our suit is doing okay. That one's warm. This one, what's wrong with you? No power. That's an issue. So what we want then is we need some batteries off of the solar power panels. We need some batteries in this cool area. Yeah. In fact, I'd rather put the batteries before the transformer comes into play. So I'd rather the batteries got charged and then the transformer runs off the batteries at night when, you know, if you've got enough battery power, you can last all night with no solar. But I don't think the solar is going to generate a huge amount of power. We will need somewhere to store it all. I think here it seems like a good spot. We've got a nice thick layer of abyssalite blocking the exhaust, so we could extend this steel situation. Not letting me build anything until she comes out. Come on, Ellie. Come on, Ellie. We could have sent 2 of them over. It would have been quicker, but then if you start getting distracted and doing other things, it can get quite annoying because you lose a lot. Well, I don't know if we need to demolish the light fixture. I don't know if that will shoot straight through it. I would assume it would, but you never know. Right, you coming out of there anytime soon? It's probably because that's not got any power. As that's not got any power, well, it's getting some power. Right, okay. Hi, laziest pro. How are you today? I hope you are well. Let's undock that suit. Let's disable this building. Keeps using it again. Let's put that on, please, Ellie. Yep, put that on. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Trying to fix this and a bit of a crashing issue of the game on the last episode. So yeah, we're trying to sort that out. Let's go back to Frigita and we'll run this ladder straight up now to our battery. That's the key here now. We need that built. What we're going to do is we're going to wire these solar panels directly into the battery. What are you doing all the way over there? Getting some steel. You're all the steel in the universe here. Choose a blueprint. What have we got? Got any steel? Oh, we got some oxalite. We'll have that. Woohoo! Don't know what she's so excited about, but she's excited. Right, now we'll ditch all that steel and you can go build stuff. Yeah, there's granite here you should be able to use for that. Yeah, that door's very slow at opening for now. Not the best situation, but we'll get there, we'll get there. What we're going to do is we're going to run this Now, what did I put that on priority-wise? That's stupendously high. Okay, good. This can be on like a 6. We got some lead. I'm just going to bring that out to there and drop it into there. So you can just run down and grab that bit of granite to build with. And that should then mean that the power from these solar panels will also charge the battery on the rocket, which will keep the this charged up, because she won't use it otherwise. Not getting used if it's not being charged. Keeps running out of power. Quite frustrating. Keep going, Ellie. We know. Not even bothered about rads anymore. I think it's because I did stick some rads on the rocket. Yeah, she has been eating them because it's down to 11. That was 20. Sent her with. Keep going to the wrong places, don't I? Actually, while she's building that, let's just double check our petrol situation is working correctly. The system is up here somewhere, isn't it? There it is. Now that's not running because, yeah, it should be running. We not built that pipe yet. Could nobody build this damn pipe? Nobody wants to build it. Errands. Alright, let's cancel that pipe then. Nobody wants to build it. Let's make it out of... what should we make it out of? Sedimentary rock. We've got oodles of that. You come and build it, please. Yeah. Now they want to build it. I get you. I see your plan. So we'll have 2 pipes of petrol now. This one will supply the power and the buckshot. That's better. That's backed up now. And then we'll make this one feed the rockets. And I do want to use this section for the overflow. I do want to use it. That would be brilliant if we could use that as the because that can then feed to the rockets. And this would feed to that. And there. So how are we going to do that? I've got a plan. Is it a good plan? Nah. It'll do, but it's not a good plan. Let's snip that. That is joined just there. That's the overflow for that, but now it's not going to be anymore. I'm going to put that into there. That'll now feed to there. That'll then feed up to the rockets. Excellent. Quick liquid bridge will go in here. There we go. Perfect, perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. And then that will look nice and neat like that. Ah, doesn't that look lovely? I'm very pleased with that. So what will happen here? We'll reuse this. It started pumping, but I've kind of cut the pipe so it stopped. Now this will feed up. We'll come round here and it will feed into this. But if this is running, it will send petrol that way. If this is not running, then all the petrol will go up into these tanks and just stop. These tanks will carry on feeding the rockets as they have been all the time, so I don't need to change anything. That just takes the pressure off of this pipe. This pipe can just continue to feed the power to these 5 Hungary petroleum generators. Which might mean we'll actually use some of this petrol up because we're sending some of it abroad. And that's actually kind of useful for us because we're making an awful lot of it. Well, as long as this machine doesn't glitch again, we're okay. But all the little crumbs that are very hot that we're using to keep this hot straight across into this sour gas area. All that whole stack of however many piles of 20 tons, 25 tons, 5.6 tons. All of that just appeared in here. Totally messed the whole system up. But I have a design revision in mind for bettering that. Move these doors up by 1 square, not 1 door, but 1 square. Only the bottom of this door is touching this. And then this would be, you know, that would be up there, so there'd be no chance of it going anywhere it shouldn't go. Awesome. That would fix that problem. Go back to Frigilia. We can't reach that wire there, so let's put a tile there and see if we can reach that power cable. Probably going to bed, is she? No, she's got a bit of the old granny. Why do you always go round that bleeding way? Slowest route to go. You could just go through here and you're done. I think you can't actually reach that. I think we're going to put our ladder up there. Then she should be able to get through it, sort of thing. Gonna go and go to sleep and stuff now. Yes, man. Yeah. Now you're going to keep your suit on. No, unequip it for now. Actually, you should have kept it on. You should have, yeah. Popped eardrums. But then I'm not really surprised. You know, there's 168.5 odd kilos in here. We know what you're doing. Ah, too late. I was going to put follow cam on. Don't go out there. Put that on first. Ugh, you muppet, come back. All right. You want to go out with no suit on? Ali, please go back to your rocket. Don't go anywhere else. You're going to die if you try and do that. I don't know what you're trying to do. Probably build something. Yeah, go to bed. Ah, that's a relief. Okay. Now, when she wakes up... Oh, no, I shouldn't have took the suit off of her because I think every time you take the suit off and on, that's when it starts to wear out. Should have left it on until she's finished that power wire, and then the suit will automatically get power every time it turns to day, until we get some batteries in, of course. Technically, we do have a battery. We have a battery on the rocket. An awesome battery. It can take a lot of power. Come on, Ellie. Wake up. Oh, it must be saving. It must be saving my sanity. Come on. I want to click on the amp mode suit and I want to set it to Ellie. Well, she has a chance to change her mind and do something else. Well, there we go. She's putting it on. Right, now you can go out. We go back out to the wrong place, obviously. Go to here. Where is she? Oh, she's gone back inside. Oh, there she is. Okay. Beds and toilets, everything's going off. Yep, grab some of that steel. How can that door not be powered? That's weird. That door should be powered. It's coming from here. Not a huge amount of power, I grant you. There we go. That's going up. I do. It's a bit of storage, a bit of power storage. There's enough to run the door now. That bit of oxalite has pressured this. Awesome. Probably get away with taking a suit off. Don't want to do that just yet. No, not yet. It's not ready for that yet. We're not ready for that kind of commitment. Right. Build that. And then we'll do a bit of digging here. Make that actually a 7, I think. Get that built. Get that dug, should I say. And then, I believe, I'm trying to dig all of this crap out of here. A lot of this to try and lower this water level down. But for now, try and worry about the... now, with the rocket here, that does give us a power storage situation going on. The power here isn't brilliant, though, is it? There's not much. I believe all this will get damaged when you activate that, because you actually start getting showers then. So I want to put in another... I want to use up too much of the steel doing jobs that, you know, really need to make out of steel. The only real building material we've got until we get into some of this wolframite. There's a room down here. Reception desk. Couple of vending machines and a patch of slime. And some frozen carbon dioxide liquid. Right, that should give us access to some materials. We can get into this this patch of wolframite as well. That'll be nice to have. And we'll dig up there, and that will be where we'll build our battery bank. Not sure we really need to now because we've got the storage battery from the rocket. I want to see if that will build up to enough power, because we don't want to be providing this with power out of our rocket. This wants to be powered on its own independent circuit. And even if we've got a battery bank here, if this wire's coming down to join it and to join this our transformer, and this transformer runs that Radbolt generator, then we are going to be powering it from the rocket. There's a rotten sleet wheat grain there. Well, I thought it would have rotted in -15 temperature, but hey, it did. Now, did we manage to get some wolframite? Smart batteries are made of steel or lead. But jumbo batteries we could probably make out of wolframite. I wouldn't really want to because they're not brilliant for power storage over long term. So I think I'd rather make a couple of, what's a lead one? At least make 2 lead batteries here. I don't know where we got the lead. Oh, probably from this metal that we destroyed. Ah, yeah. There's another piece there we could get. How much is in one tile? 100 kilos. We could get all this lead out and build some lead and probably replace the floor with some other tiles. Yeah. We'll have a lead battery bank. It'll be in a cool biome for a while at least. So it won't matter that it's lead. Power wise, I will make this bit out of steel. But it's going to go that way for now. It might just go directly down in the future. But for now, we'll run it like that. And it'll run... I'd normally do it like this, straight along, and then down into each battery. Yeah, let's do it properly. So any power that we get from these solar panels will charge the rocket, and will also charge this up. Unfortunately, at the moment, that means that the rocket will also be charging this section, which I don't want it to do. Might be a case in the future if we bust off 2 of these solar panels. We'll run this section here. The other one can just run the rocket. That might be a thing that I decide to do in the future. Uh-oh, something's entombed. Yes, this thing. Don't worry. Don't panic. The only thing you don't want to do is entomb yourself in your head when you're alone. And alone on another planetoid, light years from home. You get your head stuck in a brick wall. That would be a silly thing to do. Right. It's looking good, actually. Seems to be providing enough power. I know they're very, very low. Look how small amount of power we're getting. But it is charging up this battery on the rocket. We got a lot of power. We could potentially get rid of the solar panels and have another battery. It'd store a lot more power than this would. Right, she's off again. This time we want to enable this. And then she should dock her suit. Grab her food, go and sit and eat. And she should have a little bit of time to work. Means she'll probably activate that dock again. While she's eating, I'll be right back. I am back. Thank you for your patience. It is now 5 AM in England. I am going to do what Ali's doing right now very shortly and collapse and fall asleep. I couldn't sleep because it was so hot, so I thought, well, I'll get my stream started. Didn't think I'd be able to do it in one go. Activate the temporal tear. But we shall be doing such things, hopefully, in the next thrilling installment. Right. Get that activated. Boom. And that's it. Load up your suit. Get it running. Not Lavinia. I don't want to go to Lavinia. I want to go here. Yeah. She's now going to wait for her suit, isn't she? Come on. It'll be ready in a minute. Don't worry. I'm going to take a red pill while she waits for her suit to be ready. That seems like a legit plan. There we go. Suit is all full. Now have power enough to run it. Now she can don her suit and leave again. Excellent. That adding the solar panels to this battery really is helpful. Powers up everything we need it to. Not much power, but it's just enough to give us what we need. Boom. Excellent. And what I'll do, I think we'll strip out this this lead. We'll build a few more batteries in here just to give us a bit of backup. And next episode, we'll wire up to that red bolt generator and figure out how we're going to power it at night when the solar panels are off. That might be a case of topping at least one or maybe two of these volcanoes to give us some power. That will be next time. I thank you very much for joining me. I will I'll try to be back on later on today and try to get this done. It is activated, so give me a few hours for some sleep and then I should be back in a while. That will all be on the next thrilling installment. Thank you very much for coming. If you're watching this later on YouTube, perhaps drop a like. Subscribe if you can, that'd be great. And the same if you're watching this on VODs later on, please feel free to drop a follow. That would really help me out. Thank you very much indeed. And I'm so tired, I don't think I'm going to raid. I'm just going to get off. Yeah, later. Cheers.